time. So good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good to see you all this afternoon. I know some of you are having a very bad weather at your places, but let's try and keep it as possible, so the weather and other things should not be something which can actually disturb our classes. Okay, so I'm just waiting for a couple of more seconds and then we could get going. So today
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Today is our day 10. So quickly it's been our day 10. We have just 5 more days to complete our course. And that's good. Thank you so much, guys, for submitting your assignments. I have some of the students who have already shared me the assignments. But in case if some of you have not completed your assignments, I would request you all to try and complete it at the earliest and share a 1 or 2 minute video. You can directly share it to me, your coordinators. And I would request all of you to please turn on your videos possible. If there is no network or a bandwidth issue, I would love to interact with all of you in person. Thanks for that. All right. Okay. So let's get started. The same routine greeting song is very important. That, as usual, I keep telling that we need to have a greeting. We can say hello, we can say hi, and any other ways of saying hello to your friends. Definitely, yes, you could love and do that. And you can pick up themes and you could greet each.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon, depending upon themes as well. So today we're going to do another hello song. It's from Halloween theme, and you can also greet one another with the same themes possible. Okay. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. I'm so happy to see you. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Let's go trick or treating. Witches and ghosts, cowboys, pirates, and monsters, spiders and bats, spiders and bats. Let's go trick or treat. So you can do a shake hand now. Hello, my friends. Say a big hello to all your friends. Have a smile on your face. Hello, my friends. I'm so happy to see you. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Let's go trick or treating. Witches and ghosts, witches and ghosts, cowboys, pirates and monsters, spiders and bats, spiders and bats. Let's go trick or treating. Very nice. Thank you so much. And today we're going to do our greetings with a scarf. So I would request all of you to go quickly and grab your scarf or a handkerchief. You can grab a scarf. Hold on your scarf. Okay. So I've also taken my scarf. And we wave our scarf just like this. Lobna, turn on your video, please. Yes, so everybody's got a scarf. And how many corners do you think your scarf has? Monica, how many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What if it wouldn't have had 4 corners? It couldn't have become a scarf, right? Just like that, my book has 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If it wouldn't have had 4 corners, it wouldn't have been a book. So that's how we're going to do. And we're going to take multiple other examples and we will see if it wouldn't have had the 4 corners, it couldn't have been that particular object altogether. Okay, so you're all ready? So let's quickly wave our scarf. And it's going to be a scarf song for all of us. The more smaller it is, the more easier it's going to be for all of us. Okay? My scarf has 4 corners. 4 corners has my scarf. And if it did, and had it not for corners, it would not be my scarf. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 corners. My blanket has 4 corners. 4 corners has my blanket. And had it not 4 corners, it would not be my blanket. 1, 2, 3, 4. My pillow has 4 corners. 4 corners has my pillow. And had it not 4 corners, it would not be my pillow. 1, 2, 3, 4. My cape has 4 corners. 4 corners has my cape. And had it not 4 corners, it would not be my cape. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can take more examples like that, and you could say that, which are the different, objects which is going to have 4 corners. So just like that. So we're going to have the tune, whatever we did for washing our hands. Tops and buttons, in between. Rub them, rub them, rub them, rub them, rub them, rub them till they're clean, squeaky clean. Dance like snowflakes in the air. Whirling, twirling snowflakes everywhere, everywhere. Dance like snowflakes in the air. Whirling, twirling snowflakes everywhere, everywhere. So this is one of the scarf song. Okay, so we could use the same thing. So it's very simple. So if it's grass, you're going to put it down like this. Okay, rain on the grass, rain on the trees, rain on the rooftop, but not on me. So you got to put it down when it is not on me. This is a weather and a season song. Okay, so take your scarf. And this is grass. Okay, so rain on the grass, rain on the trees, rain on the rooftop, but not on me. Now it is sunny. Sun on the grass, sun on the trees, sun on the rooftop, but not on me. Okay, so if the weather is snowing, snow on the grass, snow on the trees, snow on the rooftop, but not on me. Very nice. Now, if it's autumn, leaves on the grass, leaves on the trees, leaves on the rooftop, but not on me. So children will definitely love when you're trying to work with the scarf songs, because it also helps them to work with coordinating with catching and having different kinds of movements and all together. So the same thing, since we're all talking about the weather and the seasons, if you're taking anything particular to some season, like in case if I've taken autumn season, and you could use any tune as possible, but I would love to take London Bridge is Falling Down. So we could say like London Bridge is falling down, autumn leaves are falling down, falling down, falling down, autumn leaves are falling down all around the town. The wind will blow them round and round, round and round, round and round. The wind will blow them round and round all around the town. Then what happens? They're drifting gently to the ground, to the ground, to the ground. They're drifting gently to the ground all around the town. So what you should do? Take a rake and rake them up, rake them up, rake them up. Take a rake and rake them up all around the town. So this is also one of the nice songs that you can actually work it out with. So we have another famous one. It's called popcorn kernels. Okay, so how does the popcorn pop? If you're putting it into the pressure cooker, the popcorn just pops like this, right? So it's called like, so you could just wave it like this. Popcorn kernels in a pot, in a pot. Make sure you cannot see it. Okay, so let's do it again. Popcorn kernels in a pot, in a pot. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them till they pop, till they pop. Popcorn kernels in a pot, in a pot. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them till they pop, till they pop. Okay, so these are some of the scarf songs that you can actually use it into your classes. They're going to be really refreshing for all our children. So try using different kinds of props all together. Okay, so that was a circle time that we wanted to start. And today being the day 10, we are going to be stepping towards our sensorial exercise. And just to have a quick recap about the different senses, whatever we had yesterday. So we learned about 9 senses, correct? So we generally have 5 senses. We see with our eyes, and that's considered to be the visual sense. We hear with our ear, and that's called the auditory sense. We touch and feel with our skin, and that's called the tactile sense. We smell with our nose, and that's called olfactory sense. And then we taste with our tongue or mouth, and that's called the gustatory sense. So we saw these 5 senses, and we also saw that these senses could be further subdivided. When we were seeing many things around us, we experienced a lot of colors. And whenever we go deep into colors, we call it as chromic sense, or it's also called as chromatic sense. We also saw some of the materials which was related to explaining about the primary colors, the secondary colors, and the tertiary colors, correct? So we stopped over here yesterday. And again, at the same time, when we are working with tactile sense, we also learned about the weights, and we said that if you're dealing anything which is related to your weights, we call it as baric sense. And if you're dealing with temperatures, we call it as thermic sense. And if you want to experience one particular sense which was more related to not by seeing, if you don't want to experience the object by seeing and you wanted to blindfold, we got another one called as the stereognostic sense. Correct? So this was the basic introduction which covered your 9 senses. And yesterday we began with our first sense, that is our visual and the chromic sense. We also saw some of the materials. You remember? We began with what was it? We began with our red rods. And red rods gave us the conceptual knowledge of introducing
Long and short.
Lamb.
and then we got into our pink tower. Now, pink tower taught us about the sizes. So we learned big and small. Then we moved on our brown stairs. Yes, brown stairs taught us about the thicknesses. We learned about the thickness. And then we went into something called as the knobless cylinders. And then we got into something called as the knob
cylinder.
Yes, the knob cylinders. Both of them gave us an idea of introducing the thickness and at the same time about the heights. So we learned 2-degree learning. So one was the thick and thin, and then also learned something called
Tall and short.
So in my noblesse, I had 4 colors. I had red, my blue, my green,
Yellow.
so which we had a correspondent knob cylinder to explain about the same parameters. We also saw what was the dimension that it was actually getting deferred to. So this was one. And then we got into something called as the chromic
Color tablets.
about our color tablets. So we had our box 1,
Box 2, box 3.
box 3, right? So these were some of the materials that we actually learned. The next material which we have it in our visual sense is called as geometric cabinet tray. It's called your geometric cabinet tray. I want everybody to note down what is this material all about? So please note down in your book, what is geometry cabinet tray? So geometric cabinet tray is a sensorial material. Now it has 6 drawers. Okay, so it has 6 drawers. Now in each of the drawers, you will have some of the shapes. Okay, so some shapes will be there. So it is just like a drawer which will have 2 knobs to pull it out. I'll show you how that material would look like. Okay, so they would have 6 drawers. Your drawer 1, the first drawer, whatever you have, your drawer 1, your first drawer will have 6 circles. It has how many circles? It has 6 circles, but each of the circle will differ in diameter. Okay, they differ in diameter. So you have to note this. They differ in diameter. So that means the diameter will start to change. From what to what? From 5 centimeter to 10 centimeter. The first circle will have a diameter of 5 centimeter. The second one is 6 centimeter, 7 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 9 centimeter, and 10 centimeter. So we would have different circles. How many circles? 6 different circles, ranging or changing in their diameters from 5 centimeter to 10 centimeter would actually change. So this is our first draw that it is going to be there. What about my second draw? My draw 2. My draw 2 will have shapes which is related to my squares. My draw 2 will have what? It will have 1 square and it will have 5. 1 square it will have. It has 1 square and it has 5 rectangles. It has 1 square and it has 5 rectangles. But will there be any change in the rectangle? Definitely yes. They're going to change from 10 centimeter to 5 centimeter. That means the base of the rectangle will change, but the height will remain same. The base will change, but the height will remain. So this is, okay, height is 5 centimeter and the base is going to change from 5 centimeter to 10 centimeter. So this is my second draw, which will have 1 square and 5 rectangles. Then I would have my draw 3. In my draw 3, I will have triangles. How many triangles? I will have 6 triangles. Now, what are those triangles? I would have an equilateral triangle, an acute angled triangle. I would have an equilateral. So I would have an equilateral triangle. I would have an acute angled triangle. I would have a right angled isosceles triangle. I would also have an obtuse. I would have an obtuse angled isosceles triangle. Then I would also have something called as my right angled scalene triangle. Okay, so a right angle scalene triangle also I will have. Then the last one I would have is an obtuse angle scalene triangle. Now these are all the different 6 triangles I would have it in my draw 3. I would repeat, draw 3 will have 6 triangles: equilateral, acute angled, right angled, obtuse angled, right angle scalene, obtuse angle scalene. Okay, now the next.
Excuse me, mom.
Yes.
Mom.
Yes.
What? I don't get this. I don't get it.
No, note it
things.
down. Note it down. I will show it to you because when I'm showing,
Okay.
you should know before what is the name of the triangle. I'll show you the material itself.
Okay.
So note down this names because they are a little confusing. So note it down first. And it's a very important material in our sensorial. Okay. So the draw 4, my draw 4, drawer. Okay. So it is my drawer 4. This would have polygons. Okay. So what are polygons? My draw 4 would have all polygons. Okay. So how many polygons it's going to have? It will have 6 polygons. Okay, what are those polygons? Anything above four-sided is called a polygon, right? So we will have a pentagon. Then six-sided figure is called, five sides is pentagon, six sides is,
Hexagon.
seven side is heptagon, eight-sided one is called octagon, nine-sided is called nonagon, and 10-sided is called a decagon. Okay, so the fourth draw will have polygons. So this is what we need to be remembering. It's polygons. And your draw five will have quadrilaterals. Your draw five will have now something called as quadrilateral. Now quadrilaterals are all these four-sided figures. Like rhombus, we can have rhombus. We can have what else? What are the four-sided one? We can have trapezoid. Trapezoid is also four-sided. What else can we have? We can also have parallelogram. Parallelogram is also four-sided. Okay, so these are our the quadrilaterals, and another one is a triangular acute angle scalene kind of a quadrilateral that I'm going to have. I'll show you that also. Then the sixth draw, your sixth draw is all related to your curved figures. We call this as curvy linear figures. It will all be related to your curved figures. So that is in your draw six. So I can have, see, this is a triangle, but if it is not in a shape which is sharp edges, we call this as a curvy linear triangle. So it will have a curvy linear triangle. The first one is a curvy linear triangle. Then you will have an ellipse. Then we can have an oval. We would also have a quatrefoil. Okay, these are all the different shapes actually. Okay, so these are all the different shapes that you can give it actually. So the draw six is going to have all of that. Clear? This is the material that it is going to be there. This is called as your, what is it called? It's called your geometric cabinet. And these are the draws. So we have in this tray, whatever I have it in this particular tray. Okay, so in my tray, the geometric cabinet tray, I would have how many draws? Draw one, draw two, draw three, draw four, draw five, draw six. These are all my drawers. If I open it, if I open my draw, I will find the shapes. This is one thing. Okay. And apart from this, this is the first part of the material. The second part of the material, I would have some card sets. Okay. I will have some card sets. In my first card set, I would have the figures. I would have what? I would have the figure. Now say for example, if it is triangle, I will have the picture of a triangle. But that picture will be completely filled. I will have the figure which is completely filled in. This is my card one, card set one. All the pictures, whatever I told you right now, the shapes in my drawers, for every shape, I would have a card. And that card will be completely filled in. Okay, that's my card set one. In my card set two, I would have the same figure, but the outline is going to be very thick. The outline is going to be very thick. So this is my card set two, wherein my outline is going to be thick. In my card set three, I will have the same shape, but my outline of that shape is going to be really thin. Got it? Now we are going to present this exercise. Did everybody get it? What was this exercise? So what you need to have is like, you need to have a chest of drawers to introduce the different shapes. And then you would have three sets of cards. In the card set one, you will have figures which is completely filled in. In the second set of cards, we will have figures which will have thick outline. And in the third set, we will have figures which is going to have a thin outline. Okay, so that's how you need to be working with. Fine, clear? Okay, now let me quickly share the material itself, like how it looks. Just take a look at this one. Okay, so when I'm talking about this, let me remove that. Carefully observe. This is how the material looks like. Okay, so we do have the chest of draw is just like this. Can you all observe? It's got the draws and we have some shapes over here. And the first one, whatever I have, is my palette. This is where I'm going to be keeping all my shapes all together. Now, if you see, it's got the chest of draws, like draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, draw 5, draw 6. So it has 6 such draws and it has a knob. Now, why do we give the knob? Look at the position. We need to be really careful. When I pull out the draw, I get some shapes. Now, can you identify which draw could be this? It's called
linear.
yes. So it's got all the curvy linear figures. So it's going to be the curvy linear one. Can we name the shapes over here? What is the first one? It looks like oval. What is
Oval.
it? Oval. What is my second one?
Ellipse.
Yes, it's my ellipse. And what is this? The third one. It is a curvy linear
Triangle.
and the last one is called my quatrefoil. So this is the material that we're going to have it. So the arrangement of the draws is up to the teacher, whichever shape that you wanted to introduce. But what we generally do in Montessori is the order that I have given you right now. That is the right order because the child understands it right from circles. Next, like that, I keep opening more of the drawers. Let's keep ourselves muted. So you keep opening and see. Now, what is this one? This is all your parallelogram or quadrilaterals, the four-sided figures. Now, this was our first one. The circles which had different dimensions ranging, the diameters was ranging from 5 centimeter to 10 centimeter. We could see the differences of all the circles. So this helps the child also to find out which was a small circle and which was a larger one. Now take a look at this. Now all the bases is 5 centimeters. Okay. And if you see the heights are all constant, but just the bases do change over there. So it had one square and remaining was all rectangles. Now this is your other triangle, which we spoke about, the different kinds of triangles that we had it. Now this is just the introduction to the geometric solid cabinet tray. And this is your polygons, heptagon, hexagon, nonagon, decagon, and octagon. So these are all your polygons. This was just an introductory, what we actually had it for our material. So you need to give the child the chest of draw. The child should be able to open the material and actually push it down. So just go through your book. Now, is every draw clear for you? Is every draw clear? Is everything clear in that particular exercise?
Yes, ma'am.
So you could understand that.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So many, pictures and things like that, right? So that is one. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we also have an app. So if you're using your iOS, you can also use this app, okay? So it helps the child to actually work on it. So you have this cabinet. Okay, so you can take up this. Remove an object from it. So it's called an inset. So when you're trying to remove that from the inset, it's the frame. And whatever is removed outside is called an inset. Now, what did we just do? We are trying to take the triangle and we're going to be putting it down. So I'm taking the square and I'm trying to put in the inset over there. So we are trying to fit in the inset into our frame, whatever we had it. And this is our tray. So likewise, I could also perform for the other ones also. So it's totally up to the teacher, like which are the different shapes that she wants to introduce. So you can remove the chest of draw and pick up the shapes that you want to introduce in your classes. Get the child experience and learn about these shapes. So these are all the different shapes that you have. Now, what if I'm learning about my polygons? Right? It's my pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. Slowly, you would introduce the conceptions to the child. So you start picking one after the other, and you would also be teaching the children accordingly. So I would continue the same for moving it. Now, the second thing what I said was like you would also have these cards, correct? Now, what are these cards? Now, these cards are going to represent, or it's going to help you to identify. See, these are the first ones. It is completely filled in. It's got completely filled in. That means the object is completely colored. So you can match it. So it's like our classified cards also, which has labels and it has got the shape of it. So this is the first card set one, wherein you're trying to match the shape to the shape, and also you're trying to keep the label to your particular, whatever the shape that has actually been there. Okay, so you can take your triangle and you can also put the triangle. You can take your square and try to match the label to the picture card also. What are the other two kinds I said? We have the other sets of labels is what I said, right? What was the other kind of label? So this was the first kind of the card set I had, which was completely filled in. Now, if I take up this, now did you identify the differences what we have over here? Some of the cards are totally, what do you call? The outline is darker. See, for example, this one, the outline is darker. Then we have an outline which is being very thin. So you are trying to now associate with the filled one, with the darker outline, and with the thin outline also. So you would now start to match. The first one was completely filling in. The second one was with the thicker outline. And the third row is going to be with the thinner outline. So that's the reason we got to have 3 card sets wherein the child can focus more on learning the names of it. Oval, ellipse, and then we had curvy linear triangle and a quatrefoil, correct? So children actually learned and they could associate the shapes along with that. So this was the first usage of using this material. Clear? Is that clear? All of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like, you can take a screenshot of this material.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is our geometry cabinet tray material. But how do we generally use it in our classes? Okay. Now, what if you did not have or had a proper material? Whatever I showed was through the app. Whatever I showed was through the app right now. But now, in case if we had to do it in our classes, how do we do that? We have these cards and we separate them. So we are going to use a mat and we can take all of those cards and put it separately. And what we could do is like we are trying to match. This is our inset. The first important thing in our sensorial exercise is to sensitize the shape that we have it and try to fill in into that inset or to the frame. And the same thing, you could also do it into this. So here I'm trying to place over. We're trying to place over the shape. Okay, so we're trying to place over the shape of it. So this is one kind of exercise that you could actually work in your classes. So try and experiencing all of that and then slowly try to put it into this. Now, when you're trying to experience it inside, it's called an inbound activity. Okay, so you're trying to experiencing inside. See, you're trying to experience like how many sides. You can count also like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you can count the number of sides and try doing the same over and again. So this is how you could actually work in your classes. Now, sometimes this material is really expensive. And if you do not have enough material to do it, what you teachers can do is you can make your own DIYs. And we're all good in that, aren't we? So we're very good in doing the DIYs, right? So what you could do is like take a A4 sheet, try making using a chart paper. And if you have a small straw, you can cut that into smaller pieces and you can put it like a knob over here. So where the children can actually hold it onto that particular knob. Use a 3-period lesson, tell this is square, this is triangle, this is circle, and try to do the same 3-part lesson. So you could use the same thing. As I mentioned, the pencil grip is very, very essential for all of us to remove the knob. You can color the same image underneath. So it gives you a real impression. And the exercise is going to be very simple, sensitizing the object and let the child go over and again and understand the shape. This is a circle, this is triangle, and this is square. So you could work with your DIY crafts just like this. Clear? So what are the other shapes that you're going to be making? So we're going to make all those shapes, if you don't have this material, all by yourself. All by yourself. Easy? Material is easy. This is the first material that you're going to be doing. It's an amazing material. It's a sensory or a sensorial material, a large material it is. It's a chest of draw, wherein you could introduce the same lesson for almost like for weeks together. Whenever you are trying to work on your math, and when you're introducing geometry to your children, you could actually work on. You could give even the tracing exercises. You could take any of those inset and you can ask the child to trace over that. Okay, so once the child traces over that, you could also see on filling in. Okay, say for example, if I had this thing, this is my inset, say rectangle, I could trace over this. I could trace over this inset. Just think that was my inset. Now I did this. Now there are multiple ways that I could actually fill in. Okay, now what I could do in the fill in is I can bring in a lot of colors. I can bring in a lot of colors and I can actually fill in with completely, or I can go with pattern. Now the pattern could be of my own choice. I can go with the patterns of straight line. I can go the patterns of my zigzag. I can choose a pattern of having curves. It's up to you. So what you just did, you just filled in. So you can trace over of any of those shapes and you can try to fill in. Okay, so let's draw any one shape. So what you could do if you don't have anything, please grab a bottle or something and try to trace over. And let's make 5 different impressions of it. Okay, so I'm going to be tracing over this. Okay, so, but you have to actually use something to trace over. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Okay, so we're going to be tracing it over. Take any object, whichever shape that actually interests you. Whichever shape. So you can draw the shape how many times? 5 times. Because we're going to do 5 times such impressions. The first impression I would say is like, completely filled in. When I say completely filled in, you will color everything. Completely, it should be filled. It should be completely filled in the first impression. We use the same in our language exercises also. Once you're done with the completely filled in, please show it to me. Right, so I do have Delphin who has completed. Okay, so that's a completely filled in image. Okay, has anybody else completed it? Okay, I do have Debelina has completely filled. Completely filled. Debelina, do another one. Okay, leave that. Do another one and completely try to fill in. Okay, I have Mani who has completed it. Okay, so take a look over this. This is completely filled in. There's no white colors. So what you're going to do over there is like you will cross verify. Do I have some kind of white lines over here? Okay, so Mani ma'am, I could still see 2 or 3 white lines. So you could still try to completely filling in. I do have Swagatika. Yeah, so Swagatika is also shown. Swagatika, I could still see some white colors. Okay, so you need to be really be able to completely fill in. So you will give this challenging task to the children also, that I'm still able to see some white marks over there. Try to do a completely fill in. It has to be a solid image when you're trying to do that. Yes, Mani, very good, correct. Yes, I do have Debelina. So Debelina says, yes, completely filled in. But again, over there, if you see Debelina's, when she was coloring, some of the thing had come out. Right? So it had come out. So what do we generally do is when we are coloring, especially for children, you need to help them to put their finger. Now, everybody observe my device. So you ask them to put their finger just like this, and then is what you allow the child to color it. So at the time that you put your finger here, it doesn't give you a chance to color outside. So this is one of the rule or one of the trick that you can actually apply in your classes so that the child's coloring doesn't come out of the picture. We do have Monica. Monica's image is completely colored in, amazing. Anybody else is completed? I have Adeline. Adeline's completed it. We do have Lobna. Lobna's done completely amazing. Okay, so that was our first exercise. I do have Amina. Amina's completed it too. Okay, so this was one. Now I would leave it to all of you to work on 5 more different patterns. I have Anamika. Anamika has also completed it. Okay, so what is the next thing that you have to do is you got to have 5 more such patterns. I'll leave the patterns up to you. You can make your own patterns for it. Now, say for example, if I choose a zigzag pattern, I would continue my complete image. It looks like an Easter egg, but it's okay. So the impression is for me, okay? So if I choose a line and a dot, a line and a dot, a line and a dot. So the choice is up to you. I want each one to do 5 different patterns on the same image. You can take any shape. It necessarily need not be circle. Any shape. Now see if I would have taken oval, I can do oval. If I take triangle, I can do triangle. If I would have taken quatrefoil, I could have done for quatrefoil. It's up to you. Choose any shape which was given in your geometric cabinet tray. Choose any shape. If you want to do different shapes, I'll be more than happy. You could do that too. You want to use different shapes, do it. But try to fill in with any kind of pattern. This is just an extension to what we did in our sensory classes. So sensory class in the geometry cabinet tray, children were just introduced to the shapes. But as a teacher, you wanted it to make it little bit more, you wanted to add on a little bit. That's why you said, okay, just do a more of filling in. And you could add on to the filling according to whichever shape that you actually wanted. The pattern is up to you. I'll give you 1 more minute to complete it. And then we will move on to the next material. Done? Okay. Ma'am, who's it? Money, ma'am? Is that Money? Okay. Okay, so Money has done lines. Yes, correct. It's up to you. Lines, anything. So Monica has done. Okay, squares and grid. It's a grid format, correct? Okay, so Padma ma'am has done something. She has drawn many. Yeah, very good, wonderful. Zigzag lines, waves, so many patterns. Amazing, very good. Thank you, ma'am. Who else is completed? Be quick, guys. You don't have to take so much of time. Okay, I have Priya. Done. Okay, so she has done curves. She has done zigzag. There are lines and dots, and then the wavy pattern. Amazing. Thank you. Okay, so this was Delphins. Delphin has drawn many such patterns. Very good. So it takes a lot of time. I do have Lobna. So Lobna has done triangle, okay, egg, multiple things. Amazing, correct. We do have Swagatika. Swagatika has completed. Amazing. So many patterns and so many colors. Really good. I have Devalina. Yes. Devalina, you can't use heart because we don't have that shape in our geometry cabinet tray. So cross out that. So you have to choose only shapes which was there in your geometry cabinet tray. Okay. So other than that, you cannot choose any others. Done? Anamika, done? Amina? 1 minute. Okay. All right. So that was one. Yes, Amina is almost done. Okay, so yes, correct. Yes. So all done. And yes. So now we have Anamika. Sorry, yeah, Anamika. Yeah, can you just show it? Okay, triangle, square, circle. Yes, correct. Yes. So those are the different shapes, and you could actually work with any kind of, the patterns that you could actually fill. Let's go to the next material. The next material is called triangles. Okay, it is related to your triangles, but we are going to construct the triangles. It's called constructive triangles. Called the constructive triangles. The next material, what we have, is called the constructive triangles. Now, what are these constructive triangles and why do we have it? Now, why do we do this exercises? When you have multiple triangles, okay, so when you have multiple triangles, when I'm joining them together, I'm going to make a four-sided figure. I'm going to make a four-sided figure. For example, if this was my triangle and if I cut them into two parts, if I take this out and if I'm joining it like this, how many sided figure it became?
4, 5.
A four-sided figure, right? So this is the major goal of this exercise. So when we give children set of triangles, they would start to construct so that they make some four-sided figures. As they make it, they will learn the names of those triangles also. Okay, so how do you introduce this particular concept to children? Children, you will tell that, children, I'm going to use or show some rectangular triangles to all of you. And there are different colors. Okay, the colors we will learn as and when I'm trying to introduce. So you will have pair of, so you can note it down. Yeah, that is also important. So what are the different colors that you would also have is like you will have few yellow equilateral triangles will be there. You will have green. You will have green scalene triangle will be there. You will also have green scalene triangles will be there. And then again, you would have, see in yellow, you would have equilateral plus you will also have isosceles. Okay, I don't want to go too much deep into it, but just understand in yellow, you will have equilateral triangles. And in yellow, you will also have isosceles right angle triangles also will be there. In green, again, you will have a scalene triangle and an isosceles. So you will have a scalene plus isosceles triangle. Okay, so you will have red triangles again, some more yellow. Okay, I will not go detailed into the names of all of that, but I'll show you the material. You will be able to understand what I'm trying to say or mean by this particular exercise. Okay, it's called the constructive triangles. It's a very simple material that you would be getting it. If you don't have that material, what you could do is you can do a DIY of that material also. Okay, so let me quickly remove that. Take a look, all of you. So it's called my constructive triangular box. So you will have triangles in that box. Okay, the triangular box it will have. So this name of this material is called triangular box, in which we're going to be making some triangles out of the triangles itself. This is the first basic one that I'm going to be having. So constructive triangles from the triangular box. So I would have one large triangle and I would have two small right angled green triangles. I would also have three such yellow color triangles. Then I would also have my red small equilateral triangles. Okay. The first step is that the child will have to sort them based upon the colors from the box. So you will go very slowly and you will sort all of them one by one. So this is the first step that we did. Now what we will do is, there would be a dark, I don't know if you can see it, it will have a black line here. Okay, it has a black line here. So wherever there is a black line, Okay, so just take a look at my board. If the triangle was like this, okay, if this was a triangle, this part of the triangle will be very dark. There will be a black line. Part of the triangle also will have a dark line. So which indicates when I'm joining together, I will have to touch these two lines. Okay, these two edges is what I will have to be touching. So that will be my indication when I'm trying to work on it. Okay, so in this video, you are not able to see it, but you will have a line according to it. So what we're going to do now is like when I'm joining two of those, okay, so you have to help the child to understand that there is a line there. And then you slowly bring them together to make. So what did we just do? Out of two small triangles, we constructed one large triangle. So you will have a reference triangle to keep it on it and check whether it was correct. And you can make, so what's the again another rule? You will have a darker edge wherein you're going to be joining them. See, there are two darker edges. So this one will get attached to this. And the other edge is going to get attached to the other triangle. So now using three parts of the smaller triangles, we were able to make one large triangle. So you will definitely have a reference triangle for this also. Okay, now take your reference triangle and try to keep them together and you will be able to see that it is being constructed. So you need to go really slow. Do not hurry up. Okay, so do not hurry up. The pace at which I'm showing is itself. I would request everybody to mute themselves. Okay, so this is important. So you go very slow because the child is expected to see what you're trying to do. The child is expected to see what you're trying to do. Your work will be appreciated because the more that the child is observing how you're doing, they would be able to focus it even more better. Now, from all the four smaller triangles, you are again constructing a large triangle over here. Okay, so this is one part of it. So this part of the triangle could be a little trickier, but you have to tell the child to turn the triangle and to check whether they have really made it or not. Okay, or it could be like whichever is the angle that they are coming. So this is your first part of your constructing triangles. Now there are multiple.
ఎప్పుడైనా బాక్స్ ఇలా వేయకూడదు.
Okay, next is like we do have other triangles. We do have the other triangular boxes. But there could be variations of how do you do it. Okay, now we did a triangular construction. Now I'm going to have a constructive triangle using the other kinds of shapes. It could be a rectangular shape box is what we actually call it. Okay, now this one is another second extension to what we do. This is the next exercise that we're going to be doing is through this. So what I would need is like, I would take a rectangular box altogether and I'm going to be constructing. See, out of a rectangle, when I join two triangles, I can make up my rectangles or any other shapes. This is called a slide game. You're trying to slide it over. Okay, so you had multiple triangles, but you had many other shapes over here. So you could make parallelogram, you made another shape. Now this became another shape and then it became a square. So we used squares. This is rhombus, diamond, parallelogram. Okay, so out of multiple sizes and shapes of triangles, we would be able to slide and glide through to make up multiple shapes or any kind of an object. Now, this is how you need to tell children to work with sliding the rectangle. This is another set of box, which we call it as rectangular constructive triangles. Okay, so this is your second material that you actually have it in your construction of triangles. Now, the more I become or more I give exercises to the child, what happens here is like now the child is getting stage by stage, he's developing, he's able to understand the different sets of triangulars or the triangles, whatever we have. Now, I would go with the extensions more. Now, I would add on to some more other colors. Like earlier, I had only green, I had only red, and I had yellow. Now, I would go and add on two more triangles. which is of my right angled scalene. So two more right angled scalene triangles I'll add, and two more right angled isosceles green color triangles I will add. Okay. Now just imagine, okay, don't worry too much about the naming and convention, but add on more number of triangles as and when you're actually giving it for the child. Keep your box aside. Now, what they have to do now in this recording, you will be able to see the line prominently. So the child will have to just sort them by color. Along the line, they're going to be joining it, and they get to make a shape over here. So this is one of the exercise. Now you mix everything and you ask the child to do it all together, and the child will be able to do it. Now what you do, you add on more number. I bring on some more green colored and the yellow colored one. Then I'll ask them to join. I'll mix them, I'll ask them. So this is where we bought in some more scalene triangles, which was red color. And I also bought two red triangles and two yellow scalene triangles altogether, right? Now see, the child could actually make up more number of shapes altogether. So this is our constructive triangles. So with the help of triangles, we are trying and converting, and we are trying and constructing many other triangles. So this was one of the exercise. Why do you think that we did this exercise? Why did you think that we had to do? So we got to learn that using different triangles, children could make up how many sided figures? How many sided figures?
4.
4-sided figures.
4.
Okay.
So indirectly, which area of mathematics are we helping the child?
Geometry.
Geometry. So indirectly, we are helping them to learn for geometry. So that means we tell to the child that all the plane figures, whatever you have, it is constructed with straight lines, which are composed of triangles. See, triangle has got many straight lines. Okay, and all the plane figures, whatever we made, the different sizes, different shapes all together, whichever we did, those shapes was all a part of these triangles. So we composed this plane figure using triangles. Now I'll give you one activity. Using the shape triangle, can you make any figure? You can make any figure, robot, anything. Using the triangle, can you make any figure? Come on, your time starts now. Using the shape triangle. Okay, so I am making the face. The neck is also triangle. You can make anything. Okay, this is a simple one, but you can make any figure with the shape triangle. Any figure. Don't copy mine. It looks very bad. Okay. Using the shape triangle, we're going to construct a plane figure. Any plane figure. So you give this as a challenge to your children, okay? Any plane figure. So in your classes also you could give them. So what we do in our school is like we give them an entire tray of a large triangular constructive tables, and we ask the children to make up any plane figures. So they could sort it by colors or anything, and then they could make it up. So they could be even the animal faces, you can actually make it up, okay? So I'm really not good at it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, I've done it. Somebody called me. Please tell out your names. Yes, Lobna is ready. Lobna, Lobna, where's
Monica,
the
ma'am.
triangle? Where's the triangle? You wanted only with triangle. Try with triangle. You did correct, but you have to do only with the triangle. Yes, the fish. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fish. No problem. No problem. We all make mistakes, and that's how we learn it. Okay. Very good. Very good, Monica. Yeah. So we have Swagatika. Swagatika has made up one. Oh, that's a little mouse.
Mouse.
Look at this. This is so nice. Teeny tiny. Okay, so you can show it to everybody. So I'm going to remove myself so everybody can see this better. Yes. See, guys, it's such a cute mouse, little mouse.
Yes, nice. Very nice.
Sure, I
Very nice, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very, very nice, Sarvatika. Very
Thank you.
Okay, so I have Priya. Priya, yes, can you show me, Priya? Okay, so that was try different shapes. That's a fish. That's nice. Try with different objects. Be a little bit more creative. If you're not able to, you have your mobile phone. Google it, guys. Google. Surf it. Okay, I have Money Ma'am doing a Christmas tree. Nice.
Yes.
Very good. So we got so many. Padma Priya Ma'am's trying to show something. Okay, so that's it's a diamond. Is that a diamond?
Mountain,
What is it? What is it?
mountain, a mountain, and it's like a design. I made a design. That's it.
Okay, done. We're not able to see it properly, ma'am. We're not able to see it properly.
Picture is not very good.
Ma'am, this is I have done my class.
There's so many triangles. Yes, so that was a colorful one. Okay, so the colorful
This is for my class, ma'am. Last class.
class that you're
Yes.
amazing. Thank you. Yes, Delphin, you had something to show? Okay, so that Christmas tree. Okay, very
Mountain,
mountain. Lobna, are you ready? Amina? Yes, Lobna, correct.
ma'am,
Yes, correct.
like a car.
Which one? Which one? Show me. Very nice.
Okay, thank you.
So that was amazing. So we still have Adeline and Anamika doing. Anamika, are you ready? Okay, let me add her. Oh, that's a dog. That's a nice one. Okay, what's the first one?
I just pretended to be the shape triangle itself.
Okay, triangle itself. Okay, a happy triangle. And second one,
Right.
yeah, the second one is dog. So a very nice thing is like, what Anamika has bought is like triangles are great shapes to introduce animal faces, especially most of the animal faces are very triangular. So you can try and draw many animal faces using this shape. Thank you, Anamika. So we have, yes, who else is still there? We do have Priya. Priya, yes, Priya's done.
necklace, ma'am.
Necklace.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, a triangular necklace. Wow, very nice. Very nice. Creative. Thank you. And Adeline? Yes. Ice cream. Is that an ice cream? Yes, an ice cream cone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it is ice cream.
Okay, so what we could do over here is like, we can give a set of constructive triangles to our children and we could ask them to make any plain figure drawing, and that's going to be a little challenging when we are trying to work in our classes. So that was the second exercise that we did. Let's go on to the next material, what we have over here. It's called the binomial cube. Write down the next exercise, what we have is the binomial cube. Now, binomial cube. Okay, now here we need to understand couple of things. Now, this material, binomial cube, will have one red cube. Okay, what is cube? A three-dimensional figure of a square, right? So it will have one red cube and three red-black matching prisms. I'll tell you what it is. And three red-black matching prism. Okay, so note down this. Just note down this, what it is. So your binomial cube will have one red cube and three red-black matching prisms. And at the same time, it would also have one blue cube. It will have what? One blue cube. So if it is blue cube, what it will have? It will have three blue, sorry, the spelling, three blue and black matching prism. Prism is a three-dimensional shape. So you have to be very, very careful in learning or knowing what the material has. So your binomial cube has one red cube. Along with that, it will have three red and black matching prisms. And it will have one blue cube with how many?
Three black. Three black.
Blue cube, it will have blue and black. See, black is common. Black is common. Okay. So if it has got the red cube, along with that, we're going to have some red-black matching prisms. If it's got a blue cube, we're going to have blue-black matching figures. Now, why do we have to have this? Once all these pieces are assembled, they form a cube of a binomial. They form what? They form a cube of a binomial. We say that as A plus B, the whole cube. We call that as A plus B, the whole cube. Just know that we use binomial cube to introduce A plus B, the whole cube for children. And we will understand how it is being done. So far clear? So why do we use it? What is the usage of it? So the materials, did you understand what is this material and all of that? So when you're trying to work with this binomial cube, we give children some exercises. What are those exercises? We'll tell them build a cube. You will give all these materials and you will tell them build a cube. So what am I trying to indirectly help the child? To learn the cube of a binomial. So that means I'm trying to work on my cube root. I'm trying to somewhere work on the cube root. Now, which part of my mathematics am I preparing? Arithmetic, algebra, or geometry? We're going to be working towards something called as a algebra. So we are going to be working on algebra. So it's a visual sense exercise. So till now, we are still working on visual senses itself. So now is what we are going to see how that material is. What is that material is and why should we be doing that material altogether? Did you understand the material so far? Did you understand? You have to remember the cubes and the cube names. Otherwise, you will not understand. Okay. So the material.
Like Rubik's Cube?
Yes.
Is it like Rubik's Cube?
It is not like a Rubik's Cube, but when you're putting so many pieces together, it becomes a cube. Each piece is a small cube. But if I'm stacking everything, it still becomes a larger cube. I'll show you how the cube is. Okay. So this is how we would begin with the cubing. It will come down with the small box like this. Okay. That becomes your base. Now see, when I'm removing all of them, it has got two levels of the thing. So this is your blue cube, which I was talking about. It was cube. Okay. Now along with that, I would have this blue and black prism. Blue and black prism. It will also have a blue and black. Clear? Clear with the first material? So I wrote it in the second line. If you all notice, one blue cube, the larger blue cube, which I had put it on the first. Along with that, it had how many? It had three.
Blue and black.
Blue and black prisms. Prisms. Why do we call it as a prism? Because it is rectangular, like we generally call cuboid, right? But we're calling it as a prism. Prism. Prism is rectangular. Prism is rectangular. Cube is squared. Prism is rectangular. So we are going to have, this was the first thing I showed you. One blue cube was there. Along with that, we had three blue-black matching prisms. So same size, matching prisms were there. So did you understand this part of it? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
This is my blue prism. I'm going to show you again. So this is the blue cube. Along with that, we have a blue-black matching prism. Why I call prism? Because it's rectangular. It's not square. Okay, so blue, black, matching prism. Then what else I would have? This is my, I'll keep it aside. But first thing is like we got to have, this is your red, black prism. Okay, so a red, black prism you would have. A red and a black prism you will have. Along with that, you have a red cube. So understood the material? So this will have a red cube with red, black prisms, a blue cube with blue, black matching prisms. Now what I need to construct now, take up your red cube. Now the red and black is what you're going to be taking and you're going to be keeping it. Red and black is going to be here. Now, since I have blue, the blue and black is what I got to be keeping. And when we stack, that's the first level. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. I take my cube first as the reference. The red and the black one. The red touching red and the black touching black. The complete blue one, I'll do it later. The blue with black goes there. No, it has to go to the other one. Yeah. Then the blue and black goes here. Then the complete blue goes here. So this is your other level. When I'm putting it together, what did you get? You got a cube. This is your binomial cube. So you will just have to experiment how to make that particular cube. Okay, so this is where we are trying to work with children, where the children will be able to make different, like they take different prisms and cubes and they construct it and they make a cube out of it. Okay, so this is how you would slowly introduce the cube roots to children. So when you're stacking multiple things, the bigger object that it becomes, and then you're able to make up a cube out of it. Okay, so this is binomial. But what if I had trinomial? Okay, so I do A plus B plus C. So that means here I had only A plus B. So I had only red and blue. Now if I do A plus B plus C, I would have red and blue and yellow. Agree? So I will have one red cube with 3 red, black, yellow matching prisms, one blue cube with the same thing. Okay, so the next material, please note down, it's called the trinomial cube. Please note down, it's called the trinomial cube. Trinomial, Trinomial. It's called the trinomial cube. When I'm working with my trinomial, the materials might be, what I could say is like, it's like more number of cubes is what I would have. Okay, so in my trinomial cube, I will have more. So what are those things I would have? So I will not go too much into the description of it, but you can remember it has 3 cubes, red, then it will have blue, then it will have yellow. So we would have 3 cubes here. And then I would have 3 red and black, which has got the same height as the blue cube. Okay, so when I'm doing the material itself, I will be able to tell it to you. Okay, so let's see what is our trinomial cube and why do we generally use our trinomial cube. Very much similar to what we have. Okay, so very much similar to what we had in our binomial is what we're going to be having it in our trinomial as well. Now here in trinomial cube, what we do here is like, see, these are all the prisms that you have it, correct? So these were all the prisms that I actually had. So I'm going to be taking, can you see my board? Everyone, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to put all of your prisms outside on your tray and you will have a copy control on that itself. Now you can sort everything by the color and the shape. The red and black together, the blue, then the blue and black together. Now see, sorting by the height. The first line over here, it is everything is sorting by the height also and the sizes too. Okay, now this is how it's all been sorted. Different sizes, different shapes you can see here. And this is one of the math conception that you're going to be doing. So I take my red cube here red touching black. So I have to choose a cube which has got red and black. Then red touching black, I take that. Red touching black, again, I got to use that. Black touching blue. So I got to take black and blue. See the copy control. Now it's like black and black together. Now black and black together. Sorry, black and red together. Black and blue together. Now yellow. So I got to take yellow. So this becomes your first level of doing your trinomial cube. So if you have the material with you, you will be able to touch each of the surfaces and you would be able to stack that. So it is just a combination. The first important thing is like you got to touch it. See, there's a black and black. So you got to keep according to the sizes itself. The simple exercise to define your cube roots, the child will understand that it's a three-dimensional one and you're going to be constructing. So similarly, the last one. So we have the red, black, touching black. So a complete black one. Black touching black. So it's over here. Black and red, got to keep this. Blue touching black. Black and black, yellow. Black, I got to keep this. Now I have black and yellow. I got to keep this. Yellow and yellow. So yellow touches the yellow sides. So this is my third thing. So this is a three-leveled tire when you actually made up your cube. So this would represent your trinomial of A plus B plus C, the whole cube. So this is called as your trinomial cube in your sensorial exercise. So this is how you perform this exercise. Okay, clear? All of you? All right. Okay, so that is your trinomial cube. So if you have the material, it's really good enough. But if you don't have it, I would ask you to go check on your schools itself. Okay, and you can please work it out on that. So if it was a physical class, you would have got the material and we could do it hand in hand. But since it's an online, I would not be able to give you any of those materials to experience. Okay, the next material, what we have is called a leaf cabinet. It's called the leaf cabinet. Now this leaf cabinet, now what do you think it will have? What do you think the leaf cabinet will have?
Dry leaves.
It will have some leaves.
Leaves.
Just imagine we had that geometry cabinet. So in geometry cabinet, we had all shapes. But in leaf cabinets, what do you think? It can have different kinds of leaves, right? So it's just by the name you can remember. It will have some leaves itself. Okay. Now, what is the color of the leaf? Green color. Correct? So what we need to do is like in the leaf cabinets, the insets, whatever you have, the inset or the shape of those leaves will all be painted green. And since I have to lift it up, I would have what? I would have a knob also. Correct? I will have a knob. And since I have to place it into an inset, it will be like this. So I can hold this knob and I can take it off. Just like any other puzzle card. So you will be able to take it off. So now, just like our geometry cabinet tree, this will also have a leaf cabinet tray. It will have a leaf cabinet tray. Note down the material, okay? So it will have a leaf cabinet tray. And what did our geometry cabinet tray also have, guys? It had the whole figure, correct? So it will have some cards wherein the leaf is completely filled in. That means I will have the whole figure, which is in what color? It is in green color because it is all, we are talking about the leaves. Green. We'll also have another set of card too. Now this will have what? Thick outline. It will have a thick outline. And outline will also be in what color? Green. Then it will again have my card set 3. Remember what it will have? It will
Green outline.
outline. Very good. It will have thin outline. And what do you think the color will be?
Green.
Green, black, green. Everything will be in green outline. Okay, since it is leaf, remember the color is going to be green, completely green. Okay, so what you need to do over here, we're going to be working on the exercises. The first exercises, you will show the child the cabinet tray and you will tell the child, okay, these are the different leaves that we actually have it. But generally, we don't introduce this in our regular lessons, okay? Whenever we are doing botany lessons, okay, so when we are talking about plants and plant life cycle, leaves and other things, so that is when we would introduce this material to our children, okay? So during the botany time is what we would introduce that cabinet to the children. But other than that, you will generally not introduce this conceptual at all, okay? So, 1 second. One second, guys. Let me open the material. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, everyone? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. So this, the tray. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So this is going to be your geometric cabinet tray. This is going to be your leaf cabinet tray, not the geometric one, the leaf cabinet tray. Just like how we had our geometric cabinet tray, this is also going to be a chest of drawer. You can see that we have knobs on every drawer. When I take out the drawers individually, we have different leaves. Now, what's the color that you have identifying? Every leaf is what color? It's green color, correct? So it's got different shapes. We can identify what kind of leaves that they are, and we could also identify the names of those leaves also. Now, similar to that, we can also have the colored outlines. Now, everybody, you can draw 2-3 leaves, okay? Now, what you can do is try drawing 2-3 leaves so that you will remember it, okay? Just take and try to draw the leaf, 2-3 leaves. And color them in green color. Color them green color. I'm going to give you the exact one of Montessori itself.
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
Yeah.
What we should do?
You can draw 2-3 leaves, shapes of leaves. I'm going to give you some of the shapes of the leaves. So you can write that itself. So you can copy that itself. Those kinds of leaves itself you can do. I'm just taking it from the Google right now, just downloading it. Everyone, can you see my screen? I got a little network lag. Can you see this? Yeah. So you can draw 2-3 leaves, whichever from this leaf cabinet. You can draw 2-3 leaves from this leaf cabinet itself.
Ma'am, we drew like this,
Pardon?
3 types of it.
Any 3 leaves you can take. Okay.
We draw
Any 3, whichever from this. Any 3. Any 3 leaves, draw it into your paper because you will understand what are the different kinds of leaves that you have it. And you have a separate leaf cabinet. And if you notice over here, we do have a knob here so that the child can take out. What I do is, like, if I'm taking out that, I can also trace it, right? I can trace that kind of a leaf also. This you can use it for tracing also. See, this is just like any other metal insect. So this is an insect. Okay, so try drawing any 3 leaf patterns and show it to me. And you have to color them green. Yes, we have money completing it. Okay, so these are the 3 different leaf patterns. Yes, correct, money. Thank you. I'll leave it over here. Thank you. Has anyone else completed? Or I have Padma Priya ma'am completing it. Very nice. 3 different shapes. Very good. Okay, whoever has completed it. Okay, on the next one, whoever is completed on the next one, try to give a darker impression of the same leaf. Try to give a darker impression of the same leaf. Give a dark impression on the same leaf with green color. You're going to give it with the green color. Give a dark impression. Draw any leaf and give a darker impression with the green color itself. So here you're going to do a thick outline. Now here you're going to give a thin outline. Here I'm going to give a thin outline. Here I'm going to give a thick outline. But what is the color that I'm going to be using? I'm going to use a green color. So try giving it in a green color itself. Make a leaf in green color itself. So that is your leaf cabinet. Okay, that's your leaf cabinet. By this, we cover a large chunk of our visual sense exercises. So we complete our visual sense exercise. To begin with, what did we start off with? We started with red rods, pink tower, brown stairs, knobless cylinders, knobbed cylinders. Then we had color tablets, color tablet box 1, box 2, box 3. And today we started geometric cabinet tray. And then we did constructive triangles. Then we did geometric figures. Then slowly we did binomial cube, trinomial cube, and leaf cabinet. So this covers your visual sense exercises. Such a large number of exercises is what we covered. So that was related to our visual sense. Has everybody completed so far? All done? Okay, so if you can all show me how much ever work that you have done it. Okay, so Swagatika is done. Okay, Priya is completed. All of you can show it too. Okay, so that was our exercise. Yes, together, in case if we have it. We can all show it together and hold on so that the others can get a quick glimpse. Okay, on the count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Delphin, we're waiting. Yes. So that is our exercise. So amazing, very nice. So I could see so many beautiful leaves. So one had a thicker impression, the other one had a thinner impression. So now you could do matching. Now, how do you bring it onto nature? You go on a nature walk. You take a basket. You take a basket or you take a tray and you start collecting more leaves. And you can give the child to keep the leaf and they can draw an impression of the leaf altogether. We could also bring in our color tablet, whatever we learned, and we could grade it with the colors. This leaf is light green, this leaf is dark green, this is darker green, this is the darkest green. So you could do that. You could also sort the leaves based upon the type of the leaf. You could sort the leaves based upon what? The sizes. We have tiny leaves, medium-sized, then the large leaves, many other kind of it. And you can also use these leaf exercises into your artwork as well. So this was our visual sense exercises. Thereby, give yourself a pat for completing the large portion of your visual sense. Okay, so we have completed the visual sense. So let's move to our next sensorial exercise. And which one do we begin? I'll give it a choice for you. So which one do you want to start? We finished this exercises of seeing. Now, which sense organ shall we?
Here,
Yes?
here, ma'am.
Here. Okay, so Monica says next, let's go to hearing. So what sense it is? It's called auditory sense. Correct. It's called auditory sense. Okay, so let's note down some of the materials. We have very less materials on listening skills, and that's called the auditory senses, right? So the next sense that we would go is called the auditory sense. Note down auditory sense. So which is a sense organ that we generally use it? We use our sense ears to hear. So you can sing any sense organ song. I hear with my ears. I hear with my ears. I hear the birds chirping. I hear the drums playing. I hear with my ears. Make up your own rhyme. Okay. The first material that we are going to use in our auditory skill is called as your sound boxes. Okay. So these are called sound boxes. And in sound boxes, I have two materials. Okay. Not materials. I have two partitions. So I have a red colored box and I would have a blue colored box. Note down, I have a red color box and I have a blue color box. Now, what are they? They are cylinders. I have red cylinders and blue cylinders. Now, in each one of those cylinders, I would have put something. Okay. So, are you close to your kitchen? Anyone? Are you close to your kitchen? Anyone?
Mama will bring.
Uh-huh.
I will
Yes,
bring,
mom.
ma'am.
Yes.
If you're close to your kitchen and if you have a very small spice jar or anything, if you put something to it, you can get it to me because we are going to make some sounds out of that. Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Any object which is going to
Yes.
make some sound. Okay, so if you're very close to your kitchen, you can get something. I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give you an idea also. What are the things that we can actually put in? Okay, so if at all, if we were close to our kitchen, you can take anything. It could be your grains or rice or any lentils, spices or any dal into a bowl and come back. Put anything into it, but it has to be closed. Okay, so you can tighten it up. Put any one or two and just get it. So we're going to do a sound exercise with that. That's going to be our sound boxes. Okay, so we have who has got it? Okay, so Swagatika has got something. Let's just shake it and see if you're able to hear some sound. Yes? Okay. Yes,
Mine.
Delphin.
Hmm.
I'm going to remove myself.
Me, mom.
Okay, 1 second. Yes, Delphin. Yeah. Thank you. Now let's hear Priya. Thank you. Let's hear Logna's. Try shaking it. Okay, that was pretty loud sound. Thank you. Let's hear from Monica. I'm not able to hear anything.
One.
Oh yeah. Can you all hear? Can you all hear that?
No, ma'am.
It's very soft sound. It's very soft sound. Maybe that. Has somebody got a loud sound? Yes. Monica has got a real loud.
I'm not using anything from the kitchen.
No problem. No problem.
I'm using actually the pencil color box. I do have my pencil colors in this.
Good, good, good. Yeah. Can you shake it? Okay, that does make some sound. Very good. Can we have it from Mani?
Salt.
Salt. Okay. Now, why we do this exercise was like, so sound boxes, whenever we are actually trying to work on sound boxes, certain things inside this. Okay, so this comes with a material, which is an inbuilt material. It's called the sound cylinder. There is something inside it. When we are trying to shake this, this is definitely going to make some noise. It can be either a loud sound, it can be a soft sound. Now you can see that the sound does change. This is even more softer. Okay. This is loud. This is also loud. So that means the lesser you put, and more denser objects that you put, it's going to make more noise. When you're trying to stuff a lot of things completely where there is no space, it's going to make soft sounds. Try it with with any of your objects. Like Mati ma'am also had,
Yes.
which was completely filled in, and it occupied most of the space, and it was not making any noise at all. Even the matchbox, you can actually try it. So it will definitely make some sounds. So you yes. So these are called the sound cylinders in Montessori, and definitely we got to be making some kind of sounds. So what is the material that we're going to be using in our classes in Montessori is, we would use a material called sound cylinders. It will have a counter. Okay, so a box in case if I'm having it. So I'm going to have two such bottles. Okay, so I'm going to have two such cylinders. One, if you see the top ones over here, whatever I have, this is going to be with the red color. And the same one, I'm going to have it with my blue color also. The box itself will show me with this. And if I'm opening this, I could also have another blue color. So what is my intention is, I need to find out a matching sound of the blue with my red. Do they match? No. This is soft. This is loud, so it doesn't match. So I keep one constant. I try with the others. They are very much same. They are same, so they go together. So I keep it saying that they go together. Okay. Then I pick up another one. Not really matching.
Quite same.
They're matching, so they go together. So
No.
match. They go together.
Yes. Yes, they are matching.
So these are your cylinder blocks, and you got to be working with what matches together. Okay, so let's see exactly how we do it in our classes and how these materials are going to be there. So you would have two different boxes like this. You will have a blue box and you would have a red box altogether. Try to open it, and this is how you would be placing. So be as careful as possible and as slow as possible whenever you're trying to introduce a lesson to your child. Give them a little far so that the child gets good amount of spacing. keep one of the color, whichever could be a reference color, keep everything in sequential order because you want to experience each one sound, right? So you can either keep it vertical or horizontal, whichever way is more convenient to you on your mat. Now we're going to keep this red color. Now you can observe the movements. They're one by one. So never in a hurry to take 2 or 3 and grab them and put. So one at a time, as slow as possible, you tend to keep these. Now we have these blue and red cylinders, which is sequentially ordered or any kind of an order. Now you take them and try to shake it and see. You have to hear it. It's your auditory sense. So you can keep it close to your ear and you could shake it. The time that you realize both of them are going to be making the same sound, that's when you get the counter of that particular sounds. You say these two sounds, they go together. So one you keep it as a reference, the other one you keep shaking it. So if they're going together, what is the thing that you do it? You say yes, they go together. You cross-check multiple times and you keep them in pairs. You say these two, they go together. So like that, you start working with your other sounds also. Okay, clear with this? This is your first exercise of your sound boxes. What if somebody does not have sound boxes? As I said, I told you all, like, run to your kitchen and I asked you, you can make up your own DIY sound boxes, right? So here also, since the sound boxes were of the blue and the red color, we have taken some of the plastic containers, we paint only the lids. And one thing that we have to remember here is like, it should not be transparent. Money ma'am got a salt, the container. Money ma'am, do you still have it with you on your place? Yes, Money ma'am got a salt one. Now see, we could see through what is there. It's transparent. But one rule when you're working with the sound cylinders is, it should not be transparent. So you should not see what's inside. So it should not be transparent. So you should not know what is placed inside the cylinder, because then it becomes easy for the child. They go by visual sense. They say salt and salt go together, grain and grain go together, rice and rice go together. They go by the visual sense. Rather, they will not see it because we're doing match the following. So avoid such things. Now, if I say like, who else has got something? Who else showed me some other things? So if you did a DIY, Monica, you had bought something. Monica had, now if you see, this is opaque. And Monica, the other one is still transparent. So we will be able to use that also. Amina, you have something? Yes, that is also transparent. I know most of the kitchen, in most of our kitchen, we generally keep ones. We want to see through all our spices. Like Anamika has got an opaque one. Now you could not guess what was inside until she said that there are some pencils inside. None of us we could get through. So this is one thing that you have to do it. If you are not very sure about it, what you could do is like take that plastic and put some cardboard sheet inside and make it opaque so that nobody can see through it, or you can wrap around some other things on it. So children will not be able to see anything. So that's going to be the first rule. So it has to be opaque. So we take any other material and try to pour in the grains, whatever you have it from your kitchen. Each of the spices will have different sounds to make. Now you give it to the child. Now, since it was color coded blue and red, we go with the same colors itself. Let the child match it. Okay. So this is the exercise that you do it so that the child is able to differentiate between the different sounds and is able to get together the sounds that are same. So this is the first exercise that you can do. If you don't have it, you can make your own DIY out of that. Okay. Now, the next sound exercise that we're going to be having is related to bells. Okay, if you have any drums or any other musical instruments in your classes, you create some kind of sound exercises in your classes. And in Montessori, we use something called as Montessori bells. We use something called as the Montessori. Okay, so I'm going to give you one such video. Just listen to the sounds of it. So that's how the bell is going to be, and it will oscillate. The oscillation capability is totally different. It depends upon the intensity at which you're ringing and the intensity at which it oscillates to create the sound. This is called the bell exercise, of where you would be able to listen to the sounds. That's something that you can actually work in your classes. So these are the only two materials we use it in Montessori, but you could bring in more. You can, if you have a musical class, if you have what do you call, your school has good what do you call, like a music room and other thing, you can bring tambourines, you can bring tambolas, you can bring the lessons, you can bring drums, you can bring tabla, you can bring any other musical instrument if you have guitar, violin.
Xylophone also.
Yes, xylophone, definitely yes, xylophone if you have it. You can give,
Ma'am,
yes, yes, Labna.
we can use animal sound or not?
Yes, you can. You can play an animal sound and you can ask them to identify the sound. Or you could ask them to make up those animal sounds. Can you roar like a lion? Everybody roars like a lion. Can you meow like a cat? So you can always do that. Okay, there's one song I wanted to share it. When we did this with Monica, you remember what was the song that we did? Animal songs with the shakers.
No, ma'am, not remember.
Okay, so if we all have that, okay, so
Yes, piggy one, ma'am.
yes, yes. What is the name of it called? Oink, 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 oink. How does it go? The piggy is going, oink, oink.
Yes, ma'am, correct. That one only.
Go oink, oink. Yes. Lavna, when you said about this particular song, what you could always do is like you can make your own shakers. Okay. So whenever you're trying to sing along to a child, you can always give them some kind of shakers or the rattlers, because they are going to be really fun, and at the same time it will motivate, because children love to move around things, and at the same time they would also love to hear the sounds that they're actually making it up. Okay, so we have made one such sing along, which we generally use it in our classes. Okay, so it sounds like a meme, but it's fine. Okay, so do not hesitate to sing along when you have such what do you call, like the songs which sometimes make sense and sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's absolutely okay, but you can sing along them. Okay, so let me quickly share that thing. So I have a playlist where we sing, and this is what we use it in our classes too. Okay, it's with your shaker, so everybody can have a shaker. Everybody can have your shaker ready. So this is what you have it. You go with different animals because Lobna said that we're going to be working on the animal sounds. So you can work on this. We will understand what are the sounds that these animals make, right? So we're pretty much something very similar to children speak mostly. It could be like cats or dogs or dogs or it's babies. And one of the sounds that they make is something that we could learn. Okay, so let's begin with the piggies. What is the sound that they make? What sound does the piggies make? Let's say that. Coin, 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 piggies go on, coin, 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 piggies go on, coin. They run all along and they sing this song. They run all along and they sing this song. On, coin, 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 coin. Great. Now, what about the pussies? What about the cats? Meow, 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 pussies go meow, 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 meow. Pussies go meow, meow. They all along and they sing this song. They all along and they sing this song. Meow, 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 meow. Very good. What about the doggies? Oh, 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 doggies go, oh, 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 doggies go, oh, oh. They all along and they sing this song. They play all along and they sing this song. Oh, 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 oh. Very good. What about the ducks? Ducks. Quack, 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 duckies go quack, 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 duckies go quack, quack. They sing this song. They swim all along and sing this song. Quack, 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 quack. Wonderful. Let's combine all of them. Okay? So what does the next say? So let's begin by all the four of them. Quack, 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 singing go quack, quack, quack. Oh, 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 doggies go, oh, oh, meow, 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 catties go, catties go, meow, meow, pussies go, meow, meow, quack, 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 doggies go, quack, quack, oh, 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 doggies go, oh, oh, babies go, okay, that's way you can use the same sounds and you can sing along whichever way you want. The tune is all up to you. So it could be good tune. Sometimes it can also turn out to be really bad, but it's okay. We're all teachers. You can make up your songs on the while and you could introduce that thing to your kids also. Okay. So that was related to our auditory sense. And I think it's almost time and we just have 9 more minutes to actually have it. And I just wanted to again remind you on the assignments, whatever we have it. And very few of you have submitted your assignments. And I could see some of you have already shared me the pictures of how the assignments are going to be. I have received it from Anamika, I've received it from Amina, and I have received it from who else is given? Swagatika has given me. And also from who else? Who else has given me? I think Debelina has also given me the assignment. Okay. Others, please work on it. It's important because we need to submit. It's already been 6 days that I had already given. So 2 more days to go. And I would like to see each one of your presentation on this Friday. Okay. So we're going to have the presentation day on this Friday. And others can give marks. Okay. And others can give your views of how this exercise was all about. And this is also important as a part of our learning. You can pick up any topic. It necessarily need not be storytelling. Any conceptual you take, but you do it in the form of the storytelling itself. That's going to be really helpful for all of us. Okay. So that was on today's exercise. And tomorrow we're going to be meeting same time. So I would request everybody to join just like how we did it for today and on the same time. We're going to continue with the sensorial exercises. And by tomorrow, we should be good to go to complete our sensorial exercises. Okay, so that was for today. And yes, so anything else that you wanted to ask me? Because we still have 7 more minutes. Anything, any doubts related to the topics? We still anything?
No.
Yes, guys?
Me,
Yes.
I want to stretch more on the trinomial cubes.
You wanted to learn more on the trinomial cube.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, trinomial cube.
I don't understand the number of the trinomial, but the binomial, I got it right.
Okay, but you want to know the names, the cube names, like what is the material name and how?
Yeah, the number of the cubes.
Okay, the number of cubes. Okay, so let's make a note of those. The trinomial cube. What are the naming conventions of it? Okay, so I'm going to remove the pen. So we are going to be working on trinomial cube. So this is where we would be introducing a plus b plus c, the whole cube. And as I told before, it has how many colors? 3 colors. We had already, yes, we had already red. Then we had blue. And now in trinomial, we're going to add on to our yellow. Okay. So when we are trying to add on to this yellow, how do we describe the material altogether is something that Amina is asking. So we would have, okay, three wooden cubes, which is red, blue, and yellow. First thing. Next, we will have 18 square-based prisms. So we will have 18, how many? Square prism. Now prism will be rectangular. Okay. The cube is going to be square. prism is going to be rectangular. So this is the first thing that we have to be working. Now, how is this 18 subdivided? Out of this 18, okay, so I will have three red and black. I'm writing in short notation, you write it in full. Out of 18, you will have 3 red and black, okay, which will be of the same height, as your blue cube. The height will be same as your blue cube. This is the first one. Okay. Next, I will have again 3 red and black, which will be having the same height as yellow cube. It will have the same height as the yellow cube. Yellow cube is the smallest one, okay? Blue is slightly bigger. Blue is slightly bigger. Can you see the entire board? Yeah. Next, we will have, next write down, next we will have 3 yellow and black. We will have 3 yellow and black, which has got the same height as what? As your red cube. Okay, so red is the largest one, so it's slightly bigger. Okay, so we did the first set of combination, like 3 red and black, 3 red and black. Now we're going to do yellow and black. So these two are together. Now I'm going to have 3 yellow and black. 3 yellow and black. It's going to be the same height as my blue cube. So it is slightly smaller of my blue cube. Okay, so I'm taking my board a little higher. I hope you have copied till here. Next, guys. So these two were together. So we did red, black, yellow, black. So what is the next combination left out? Blue, black. I said earlier also, black is going to be common in everything. So you have to remember that. 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 blue. It's going to be combined with black.
Okay.
Okay. Next one is, I would have what color?
Blue, ma'am.
Blue and black. 3 blue and black, which is going to be of the same height as my yellow cube. Yellow being the tiniest. It's going to be of the yellow cube height. Okay. And the last one is, I would have 3 blue and black, which is of the same height as my what? What is left out? Red.
Red cube.
It will not be cube now. It will be prism. Okay? It will be prism. Red prism. Others were all cube. So it was all of the same height of the cubes, but only the last one is going to be of a red prism. Okay?
Okay.
Now, this is one set of material. Now note down, we would also have more cubes because we need more cubes, right? Shall I erase this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, next one after this, what we would have apart from this is, I should also have completely black prisms, right? Because when we saw that there were some black prisms also, correct? So I would have again my 6. I would again have my 6 black rectangular prisms. Okay, I would have 6 black rectangular prisms. Okay.
You want come?
Yeah. Done? So that covers your, that covers the material of your trinomial cube. So we had what? We had our red cube, blue cube, yellow cube, big to small. And then we had those 3 red and black, same as blue, 3 red and black, same height as yellow, 3 yellow, black, same height as, I forgot the color. Then you will have yellow, black, same height as blue. Then you will have, what is the next one? After red, yellow, it's blue. So you'll have 3 black, same height as red, prism, but yellow cube. So those will have, those were your 18 pieces. And apart from that, you would also have the 6 rectangular prisms. So once you have all of that, so when you are combining all those pieces, what it became, it started to assemble to form a cube of what? To form a cube of a trinomial. We are able to now form the cube of a trinomial, which is your a plus b plus c, the whole cube. So we are trying to work on it. Okay. And why do we introduce this material for your children? Is because your children are getting the preparation for the elementary level, wherein they are able to understand the algebra portion of it, and they get the proof for the formula, a plus b plus c, the whole cube. Okay, so that is the material itself. Okay, so if you want to see the material itself, I would share you the individual link wherein you could see the red touching red. See, whenever we have a cube, especially, okay, so I'm not able to show it to you in the screen, but if I focus it a little bit more, how I could, yeah, I have it in my hand. See, for example, if we have this as my base, okay, so this is my base. You just imagine this is my base. So what I have to do here, since it is blue, whenever I say blue touching blue, so that means this side it could be totally different. This side is blue. When I say blue touching blue, blue touching blue, so I have to keep it like this. When I say this side is brown, correct? When I say brown touching brown, I have to keep it like this. You're getting? So when I have my cube, okay, the cube will have different colors. This side it is red, this side it is black. I take another cube here. Everywhere it could be black. That's possible. Or it can have red and black. Okay, so when we are trying to join this, when I want to join this and I say black touching black, so these two sides has to be black, then only I touch it. Okay, so if you are able to see this picture, what I could say is my trinomial cube, if I show you, so it's going to purely work on that conceptual of what edge is going to be touching what edge. Okay, now just take a look at this one. One second. Okay, so if I'm giving you this part of it, if I'm giving you this part of it, can you identify and tell me what edges are touching what?
Black touches to
Black.
Write it on the paint, then it will be easy for you to understand. I'm sorry, I'm taking a little time, just 2 minutes. I'll be able to.
Red touch and black, ma'am.
Yes, red touching black could be one of it. Okay, no, I'm going in sequence. Okay, now take a look. Can you see this? I have a screenshot over here. Okay, now let's go one by one over here. So if I'm coming to this particular operation here, this part, okay, if I'm coming to this square, the first thing is like I keep this red color. Then if I had to keep this part of it, if I had to keep this block, okay, if I had to keep this block, what I had to do,
It has to be red, right? Down.
no, to the side it will be red.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I am.
Bottom, it's going to be black itself. The bottom is going to be black. But the side of this is going to be red because
Red.
everywhere it was totally red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Red. So we
And
have to touch
down
the
is blue.
surface of red touching red. So we have to keep our cubes like this. Okay, so when you have that material all together, if you closely observe your binomial cube, because it was very small, you will understand this logic, like how do I solve this particular exercise. So you understand that in your binomial cube really very well. So when you understand that, it becomes easy. Now see, the first part of it, Amina, over here, once you start doing all your cubes, so this is totally like this, correct? So this was totally this way. Now what you try and do after you sorted everything, see it had multiple colors. These are all your prisms are what we actually had it. And when you have this completely red, now see the other side of it, it had red and black. So black will touch black, red surface will touch red. So black is down, so black will touch black. Now I have to choose a combination of blue and black. Bottom is going to touch my blue and now it's going to be touching my black. Okay, so I don't have the material at this center. So when I'm going on Saturday, I can bring this and I can show it to you, or I can see if somebody can record it and share this material. So you will be able to see like how am I planning to actually work on this exercise. Black will touch black and blue will touch blue. Now it's like this side also there is blue and that side also there is blue. So everywhere it is blue. So it's going to be using this. The same technique is what we're going to be using for our trinomial also. Okay, so we're going to be using the same thing for our trinomial also. After you sorted everything, okay, so just take a look. After you sorted everything, you're going to be working on what surface is going to be touching what surface. Now see, there's black and black. Can you observe now there? If you see here, bottom is also black. On the cube also here, there is black. Black and black. So I have to use what? I have to use a completely black prism and I have to keep it that way. Now that's your black and red, black and blue. So I take black and blue. Now it is black and yellow. So I have to choose black and yellow. Did you get here, Amina? See, here is black and the bottom is yellow. So the bottom is yellow. So which prism I have to choose? I have to choose a prism of a smaller size, which has got the combination of yellow and black. Now, when I choose yellow and black, yellow will go down and the black will touch that. Got it? If you've still not got it, I'll share you the closer video of it. Okay, the closest video. So it's little farther, you are not able to see it. I'll be able to share the closest video so you will be able to identify. Yes, trinomial cube, you have to do it. Only then you will be able to understand the cubing and how well that you could actually sort it out. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we will meet same time. And if you have any doubts, please, you can text me or you can log in a little early. I'm always logging in 10 minutes early. So if you have anything, we can discuss on this. Okay, so thank you so much. And as usual, let's do a quick goodbye song. So have you all learned any goodbye song? Can we all sing it together if you have learned it so far? No? No?
Song of bye bye, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye bye. Goodbye.
So sorry. Yes. What are the other things we have? Yes. Yeah. So that is one of the songs that we actually have. Okay, that was one of the goodbye song that we have learnt it. And then apart from that, we also had goodbye, goodbye, see you, my friends.
I guess see you, my friends.
Bye,
Goodbye, goodbye, see
goodbye,
you.
goodbye. And we also learned a song. And I had fun today. So bye, bye. That was one. I'm not getting the lyrics, so I forget a lot. That's why I write it in my notebook too, so that I remember the lyrics. Okay. So sing along a very, very goodbye to all of you. Lots of love, loads of hugs to all the lovely ladies out there. Thank you for being so much energetic throughout the class. It's not that easy. We're all sitting up straight for 2 hours. But I have to appreciate everybody's energy, because when you are energetic, I would be more energetic too. Okay, so thank you for keeping up that. Loads of love. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, ma'am. Bye
Thank you
bye.
very much.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.